RV owners, welcome back to another episode of RV Buying Tips with a Tech. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite ones, and this is actually based off of my experience, not only working in a dealer, but also working with the sales side of things and seeing how the situation works out for people. Today's tip is actually going to be about accessories. Now, we've talked about not letting accessories trick you into buying a unit that you don't need. We talked about not letting solid steps make you choose a better option because you can just buy those afterwards. Now that was about existing accessories. Let's talk about add-ons today. Now, I'm not against add-ons. We like slide toppers, max air fans are great. Your vent covers are pretty much a must. But today what I'm going to tell you not to do is not to finance those things. See, when you go to the dealer and you pick up an RV like this, that might be on a little bit more of the bare bones side, you might want to add slide toppers, vent covers, maybe upgrade to some nice max air fans versus the standard little fart fans they put in there. But what I see a lot of people do is get tricked into adding it into their loan. So they'll buy the RV and the finance team will say, oh, well, we can add slide toppers, we can add this, we can do that, and we can just roll it all into your deal so that you're not paying anything up front today. Now here's the problem with that. One, when buying an RV through the delivery process, if you're buying the accessories and adding them on during your walkthrough, what happens when they're getting installed is they're going quick. Your walkthrough's done, you're in there doing your paperwork, and the technicians are typically encouraged to, hurry up, get this thing out. The customer is waiting. So one, they're rushing it. Two, you are paying exorbitantly more for those parts at a dealership. It doesn't matter if it's a slide topper, max air fan, vent covers, water filters, any of that stuff. You're paying exorbitant amounts of markup, sometimes hundreds of % markup on those items. On top of that, because you're rolling it into your loan, you're now paying interest on those items. Now that might not seem like much if you're just adding, a little vent cover or something like that. But when you're putting 5 slide toppers, 3 vent covers, a surge protector, and all this stuff, it adds up to a few $1,000s. And if you didn't get that great of a loan, you're paying that amount of percentage on the interest. So not only have you paid a lot more money for those items, you've now paid even more money for them over the years. Now, I'll be the first to tell you and be honest with you, unless you absolutely need it in the heat of the moment, you're in the middle of camping and the only place that has the part is the dealership down the street, go get it there. But realistically, everything else, your surge protectors, your water filters, your water pressure regulators, your vent covers, any of those accessories are going to be sometimes up to double the price you would pay online. Most of it you can get on Amazon next day. Yes, that's surge protectors, vent covers, all of this stuff is available from other retailers. You're not forced to buy things like that from an RV dealership. As a matter of fact, some of the products I recommend, like surge protectors and water filters, can even be bought, again, next day on Amazon. Walmart has an entire section of RV accessories, most of them being name brand like Camco, that you can pick up same day. So save the money on the parts, save the money on the interest, and either have these things ahead of time or have them installed afterwards. It's not a big deal if you go on your first camping trip and you don't have those slide toppers or those max fans. You're gonna save a ton of money by getting them afterwards or even beforehand and not buying them at the dealer and not rolling them into your loan. And if you guys wanna see some more tech tips, tricks, and even some tours and RVs like this one, make sure you guys press that subscribe button.